So thanks so much for joining myself and Portia Page today. It's really cool to see some new faces popping on Zoom today. Maybe people we know from the industry, but maybe haven't got to join us inside the Virtual Fitness Mentor. So super excited that you are here. Um, we're going to dive into everything reels. They are all the rage right now. So, you know, we're hearing a lot about them, but today I really wanted to go a bit in depth, the steps of how to actually do it, because I think sometimes as fitness instructors, we see this stuff going on, but there's so much going on that we could hop onto. It's hard to tell, like, where should we be spending our time? And then, oh, I see people doing it, but I don't know how to do it. So part of this group is just sharing what we know, right? And so over the last, I'm not going to claim to be an Instagram expert. I'm not going to claim to be a Reels expert. I am just somebody who uses Reels and have had some success with it. So I'm going to teach you what I know. So my goal is, if you are already using Reels, to walk away with one tip, right? That's going to help you improve your reels, or maybe you're not using them at all. And so the goal would be for you to, after this call, go on to do your very own reel and get one posted. All right, so hang on till the end if you can. If you have to go, make sure you go back and watch the replay for the whole thing, because we're going to announce a fun challenge at the end that is hopefully going to motivate you, give you some accountability as well to get your first reel up, or try some of the tips that we're going to give in today's talk on your own Instagram page and have a chance to win some fun prizes. But we'll go into those details at the end. I'm Rebecca Garrity Pinto. I am a virtual fitness studio owner, and I'm trying to be a contributor in the industry to all things virtual, sharing what I've learned in the last 15 months, going out on my own as an independent group fitness instructor, running my own business, but using all the experience I've gathered in the fitness industry for the last 20 plus years, teaching group fitness, training group fitness instructors, as well as the decade that I spent at IDEA working on IDEA World, as well as our online education platform. So taking all of the marketing and business and things about the industry and putting it together now through a virtual platform. So that's a little bit about me. Let me turn it over for a minute to my partner in crime, Portia Page, so she can introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on our little platform with Ingrid, who is not here today, but she's with us. She might join in and from her car phone eventually. That would be great. But if not, then we know that she is here with us, and we thank you so much for coming on. Rebecca has some really great tidbits for you, and much like her in this last year, I have graduated or migrated, however you want to look at it, to the virtual world. And I not only teach fitness classes and mind body classes such as yoga and Pilates, all virtually. I also have a virtual studio with two partners, Sammy and Emma. And we run a platform called Yes I Can Fitness, and we offer only virtual sessions. And I also do international and domestic educational workshops for Pilates, fitness, and just about anything that is movement related. So I am a movement educator and I educate movers. And right now it's all virtual.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing a bit about yourself, Portia, and we are going to learn a little bit more from you coming up. You getting to share kind of your area of expertise on Instagram. So I'm going to share my screen. I've got some slides and some videos for you guys to walk us through Reels. In the meantime, while I'm getting all that set up, if you could let us know in the chat, whether you're on Zoom or if you're in the Facebook group, let us know. Are you using Reels? So drop in like thumbs up, yes, I'm using Reels, or thumbs down, haven't done it yet. Let's start at the beginning. That's always a good place to begin. We've done some introductions. Yay. Portia, I can't see Facebook. So if you can, are you able to open that up, monitor? Okay, cool. Because now I've got all the screens are covering my page. So some things that we'll cover today. I want to start with just covering the landscape of Instagram, real high level. Talk about why Reels are so hot. You're going to learn how to create one, give you some pro tips. Talk about how you can batch create them, and we'll talk about the challenge and do some Q&A as well. So why even talk about Instagram? We know from some of the latest stats that there are 1 billion with a B active monthly users, and in the US there's 107 million users, and that is predicted to grow. So it is a growing platform, and 40% of adults in the US say they use Instagram. When they rank the top used platforms, Instagram comes in third, only being beaten by HubSpot and YouTube. So as fitness instructors, as virtual instructors, it can be really challenging. There's a ton of different places where you can spend your time. I'm going to recommend for most people, Instagram is a good place to be. It is time well spent, depending on, without getting into too much detail of what your niche is, right? But if you just look across the board, it's not a bad place to be spending your time. There's a lot of people on the platform. So let's cover the bases really quick of just what each part of Instagram means. So when we start to dive into Reels, you can understand a little bit of the difference. So first you have your feed, right? This is the main page of Instagram. This is where you've got pictures or short videos being posted. The goal of your feed is to attract new followers and to engage with current followers. All right. So one thing that's unique about the feed, it's almost, I should say, like one way to define it is, are you getting new followers? Are you engaging with your current followers? And for your feed, it's both. Then you have stories. This was a recent ad to Instagram within the last, I don't know, 2-3 years. I have to look back at my story memories now. And these are quite popular. They happen at the top of your screen on Instagram. And I will get hooked into stories before I even drop into the feed, right? They're short, they stay up for 24 hours. It's all about documenting your day. Could be pictures, could be videos. Really, the goal of stories is to engage with your current followers. You're not going to get any new people really from stories. You're only going to see the stories of the people that you currently follow. Then we've got IGTV and live. So this is really an area that Portia has dived into. So if you want to share a bit with us about IGTV, this is one that I don't use very often, but I probably should. And Portia's going to tell me why.
Okay. To your point, Rebecca, the live portion of Instagram lives within your stories. So that's one other unique point about it. And also, when you're using Instagram Live, that bumps your content to be in the first position in your stories. So it gets stuff up at the very top in people's eyes. And to your point, you stop there first before you drop into their actual page. And it's a really great way to get people who do follow you to look a little deeper and find out what else you have to offer and what else you're doing. As far as Instagram TV, it's a really great way, also an expanded way to offer longer content. For instance, an Instagram story video can only be 15 seconds long. And the feed video can be from 3 seconds to 60 seconds. IG Live and TV, I'm sorry, IG Live can be 4 hours max now. They've actually expanded that. And IGTV can be from 1 to 15 minutes, although they actually, if you're doing it from your laptop, you can do up to an hour. But that's actually not really true because I do IGTV on my phone all the time, and I film usually 45 minutes to an hour. So I can get a full class in during that time. One of the drawbacks that I find about Instagram TV is that you are filming vertically, which is an interesting perspective, especially if you're using something that might be long and low. And I found
Like a
some.
reformer.
Yes, like a reformer. It's not everybody uses that, but it's been very interesting to do that type of a filming, if you will, using that vertical feed. But it is an interesting way to do things. It also taps into your creative side. You have to get a little creative as to how you position yourself. You'll notice in my room here that I have this corner here. I also have another one here if I close the door and the slider door. I tend to, with Instagram TV, angle towards a diagonal in a corner, and that gives me a nice full view with the vertical camera. So just some tidbits and ways to do that. You can also, when you are doing your Instagram TV, you can save it to the device that you're filming on. In my case, the phone. So then I have a special one that's I can save, edit, do whatever I want to. And then you can also, before you drop it, if you will, you can also save it to your I guess filing system or whatever through Instagram. I'm not remembering the exact term for what they call that, but it is, you can tag people, you can give it a title, you can give it a description. And when I do those, I always I review, because just before you post, you can choose a cover photo using either a slide from the film that you just took, or you can pull from your library of photos or saved documents and use that as your cover. If you think that you're going to want to do something like that, make sure that you have it available. I put those slides and or pictures, photos, whatever documents in my favorites, so they're easily accessible. And when I finish filming whatever content I'm going to film, if I don't find something in the slider as I'm looking through that really appeals and will be an interesting and enticing way to get people to look at the video, then I'll pull something from my library. And I have a very well stocked library of over 70,000 photos. I know, crazy, right?
Every photo we've ever taken in our lives, right?
No kidding, right? With the cloud these days, it's wonderful because you can save all these things to the cloud and it doesn't eat up space on your phone or your device, whatever it is that you're using. And again, it's a really great way to get a little longer content up there. You are a little bit limited with how you film. There are ways to kind of work around that, but frankly, I want something that's quick and easy. So I film vertical. If I want to do something a little bit more professional, then I'll film it with my phone or with a different camera horizontally. And, then you can upload it to Instagram if you want. But, part of the beauty of Instagram and social media is that it's quick, sassy, and catches people's eyes. I don't want to spend hours editing something that literally might only be up or even looked at for the next 24 hours. It just doesn't make sense. It's okay if you make mistakes. It's okay if you're goofy. I'm goofy all the time. I'm goofy in general anyway. So why not show a little bit of your personality and be authentic and you, and make mistakes like we all do because we're human. So I think that was about all. I was going to say that with stories and the live and with the TV, IGTV, you can tag people You can, a lot of times, I will actually film for a company, Balance Body, that I've worked with for decades. I will film under their Instagram page. And it's a really nice way to get your content branded by a bigger company and get to be noticed, and you are seen by all of their followers. So, something to consider if your following right now might not be all that big. See if you can hook up with a company that is bigger that will feature you and allow you to come on their channel and do something for them. It gets me a lot of recognition because I can't travel live anymore. So, gone are the days where I'm out meeting and greeting people. This is how we meet and greet now, or at least for the time being.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be a company that you go live with. So you can partner up with a friend. So, Bess, I think this is actually how our paths crossed. I did a live with Ellen DeWord because we were doing a Memorial Day mashup workout for the Wounded Warrior Foundation, and I'm sorry, Wounded Warrior Project. And you know, I got, her followers saw me going live, and my followers saw her going live. So that was a great way for us to expand our reach without even having, it didn't necessarily need to be another company. You could partner up with another friend. And we will dive into, when we talk about Reels, we're going to talk about that cover photo as well. Um, you know, a takeaway from this really is that Instagram is visual. It is all about the visual and what is going to stop the scroll. So Instagram tends to be a vertical platform, right? So, you're taking your shots vertically instead of horizontally, which can be different across other platforms. So that's one way that Instagram stands out, is that it's going to fill up somebody's phone. Um, where do you spend your time? Feed, I would say that is a great place to spend your time. Stories, you don't need to doctor it up. That's quick personality. Those are people in your community that you're already talking to. IGTV and live, if you're choosing to do those longer form videos, that can still be a great place to grow your reach. That content tends to last a bit longer than stories. Those are gone in 24 hours. Feed, that stuff has a shorter shelf life. And then we have Reels, which is the main topic of today. And this is the latest feature in Instagram, and so it's getting a lot of attention. This is all about short videos, 30 seconds max, right? So you got to get your point across really quick. Our attention span is getting shorter and shorter these days, so it's got to be eye-catching. So why? Oh, we're gonna get real. All right, I had to steal this from my friend Sarah Pellegrino. I don't know if you guys know her. She's one of the hosts of the Fitness Business Podcast. Hopefully, she's watching the replay. Thank you, Sarah, for this one. She commented on my Instagram today, like, "Time to get real," and I was like, "Oh, girl, okay, yes." Made me spit out my coffee. So Reels, this is Instagram's answer to TikTok. If you guys have heard of that platform, that is another growing platform. For me, I'm not spending my time there. Where I'm spending my time is on Instagram because I'm already there. I'm not saying TikTok isn't for you. It's just I have to pick and choose. And so I'm going all in on Instagram. Why? Because Instagram is prioritizing this new feature in their algorithm, which means your Reels post is more likely to be seen than any other type of content that you're putting out there. They are weighing that and pushing that higher up to the top of the feed. So your followers are more likely to see it, and new followers are more likely to see it. So right now, it is a great place to spend your time on Instagram. Is that always going to be the case? No, because social media constantly changes. I can guarantee you that that won't always be the case. But right now, it is a good use of time if you are looking to grow your following on Instagram and engage with your following on Instagram. So, where do you start? my recommendation is to go with what's trending. All right. My most popular reels are ones where I've borrowed music that is trending on Instagram. And when I say music, it could be a soundtrack, right? It could be somebody's voiceover. But Instagram, if they know it's popular, right, it's got a proven track record, it's going to be pushed up to the top and shown to more people than, say if I just pick a random song that looks good with my workout based on my own personal Instagram, right? And I've also heard this recommendation elsewhere, but if I look at my own Instagram as a case study, the workout videos that I do as a reel, those are at the bottom. The ones that I do with the trending soundtracks, those are the ones with the highest views. So if you're not sure where to start, go with what's trending. You're more likely to have a better success rate there. But the key is to put your own spin on it, right? So like Portia mentioned earlier, you need to be authentic to who you are, show your personality, and do what's true to you. So why does your audience follow you, right? My audience follows me because, well, I think, right, I'm really niching down on group fitness instructors, right? And so a lot of my reels lately are about being a virtual fitness instructor. So I'm gonna hop over to my Instagram and we are going to take a look at poor Melanie. Poor Melanie, she's getting a lot of heat these days. Kind of, she's up there with Karen. So let's see. I'm gonna hop over to my, oops, didn't mean to stop sharing. I just meant to switch. Okay, so this is my reels page. I'm just going to show you an example. This is just a page of all my reels. This is my reel about Melanie.
All right.
Oh no, it's Melanie. That's a shame. She was really nice. Oh no, it's Melanie. That's a shame. She was really nice.
Okay, see Portia laughing. She's either laughing because it's still not working or because it did work. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay if I take my AirPods out? This is what we're going to do the rest of the time. Okay, so I would love to say that I came up with this, but I didn't, right? I just saw this in my feed of somebody else doing this with a completely different caption. It was actually a woman who does pre and postpartum workouts, right? And she was doing this about like mom shaming or I don't know, getting advice. I don't know, something that does not relate to what I do on social media at all. But I was able to save that video and do my own take on it, right? Like mine is completely different, but it's that same soundtrack, right? So if,
Oh no.
I don't need to see that again. I was going to try. So that is one I would say that is super easy to do. I like them short and easy to remember. So that can be a great one. It's just like take something that a member tells you. Like if I was going to take a group fitness spin on this, it would be like, when you get the person standing under the speaker that tells you to turn the music down. Sorry, maybe that's you, but I'm somebody who likes to crank up my music loud. So, something like that, you put your own spin on it. So that's what that one is all about. And so part of the reason why you'll see, this one is my highest viewed reel. It's just a popular soundtrack right now. So let's keep chugging along. Poor Melanie. All right. Next. Oh, you guys are down at the bottom of my screen now.
Yeah, not a lot going on around.
So I've put together some tutorial videos for how you guys can actually start to create your own reels. So these are some screenshots from my phone. So all I'm going to do is go through and click on Instagram, right?
Not a lot going on.
Notice this is me opening up my feed, and what shows up at the top of my feed? It's a reel. This is another really easy one to do. If you want to, if you're interested in doing this one, I have one on my page that you can go and grab, and I'm going to show you how to save the sound as we go. So I'm like, oh, I'm watching this in my feed. This is one I want to do, right? I'm going to click down on this little movie box.
Around here lately, let's just see what's behind this door. No.
And I'm like, so I clicked on this movie box, right? And now it's taking me to the Reels homepage. Okay. I am like, yes, I want to grab this soundtrack, this audio. I want to use it. I'm going to click on this scrolling title that is going through at the bottom. If I click on that,
Is there a better door around? Yeah, not a lot.
it's going to take me to the page with all of those reels that have been done with that. I'm going to click save audio, and that's going to save in my Instagram account so that I can go back and do it again when I'm ready. It's going to be saved in my audio. Now, if I wanted to do it like right now, I could go use audio, but I'll be honest, you guys, what I do, part of this like batch creating is, you know, when I may not be camera ready, right? When I'm laying in bed, or, you know, when you've got those times where you're just, you know, chilling, relaxing. I do try and make it like, okay, this is brainless. This is kind of fun. I go through reels and I save the ones that I'm like, oh yeah, that would be fun. Let me do that one. Let me save that one, and I'll do that one later. Then I can, on a day like today, when I've done my hair, or, you know, feel like I'm ready to record something, then I can do a bunch at one time. But let's talk about how
Going on around here lately, let's just see what's behind this door.
You know, I saved the audio, and again, I'm pointing to this one. If I wanted to do it right away, I could click use audio. I don't do that very often though, but you could. So let's keep going through. Write your questions down. I guess I can't see the chat. I've got so many windows open right now. Okay, cool. It's just Portia giving the replay. But if you do have questions, I should say, if you do have questions, put them in the chat and I'll grab them as we go. So here's me scrolling through. Scrolling through. Like a damn sociopath. So where do you find this like Reels, kind of like a TikTok, right? Instagram's version. You just click this little reel button at the bottom, right here in the center. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. And it just plays, and I'm just swiping through looking for something that speaks to me. And what speaks to me might not speak to you. Also think about what speaks to your audience. Instagram is going to show you a lot of stuff in Reels. So there's some things you just might want to swipe through real quick. Like I think the next one.
Are you having sex or making?
Oh, but I'm like, oh, okay, this one, I'm digging this one. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to click on this audio at the bottom, and I'm going to go through like what I did with that door reel.
Cashier was like, "What's the occasion?" Occasion?
So all I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm building my library of sound. Super easy to do. The save button for later, use audio if you want to use it right now. Now you can, say this is days later, a week later. Some of them have saved for a while.
Is that
Yeah.
is that
Just trying to click pause. So you want to go back and you want to build your reel. Now, well, you're going to go back to your Instagram page and you're going to click on that little plus, same way that you're going to create a story, same way that you're going to create a new post for your feed, same place where you're going to create a reel. Then you click Reels. Then it takes you to this Reels page, right? So let me stop here and give you some definitions, right? Music is what we're going to click on. This music symbol is what we're going to click on to find our saved library or to find out what's trending. So I've got a video on that. You can choose your length of video. Now, if you're choosing something that's already trending, like that Melanie recording, it's already a predetermined length. You have to go with that length. But if I was going to create one from scratch, I could choose up to 30 seconds. I can choose the video speed. I typically do 1 second. I don't mess with filters or like touch up my appearance when I'm doing reels. You just get the real made up me, but not extra filtered me. But one that I do love is this timer. So it's the same thing. If you wanted to set a timer on your phone to take a picture, you can choose 3 seconds or 10 seconds. So it gives you time to back up and get in place. So check it out. Audio, gonna click that. Oh, let's see what's trending. So if you're not sure what's trending, another way you can go about it, Instagram is gonna put them up top for you. You can see what's trending. You can listen to them. Just get a little sample.
Like summer.
Or you can see more. So if you're like, they show you the top few, but if you want to see a longer list, click see more, scroll down. Here's one that another one I recommend that's really easy is the Oh No soundtrack. It's really easy to learn and it's, just a few seconds. And you can put it with something that you see, like a common mistake with a squat. Like I was a buddy pump instructor, so I always think of like, when you see the new person pile on 30 plates on their bar, their first class, you think, oh no, oh no, oh no. Right? It's so easy. That's all you have to do. Or you can go to your saved. So these are the ones that you would have saved in your library previously. So I'm going to go in and create a reel based on this trending soundtrack. I'm going to go in and do this original audio. And this is actually me creating the reel. This is the one that I did this morning. So you guys can check it out in real time. So it's like me clicking the buttons. All right, so that soundtrack is 15 seconds. I'm gonna set the timer to 10 seconds so that I have time to back up and get in place. I should have worn shoes. I did, I'm sorry.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Static treating, get
So there you go. I did that reel in one take. It was one that I just saw in the Reels feed, and I was like, that'll be easy because I don't even have to mouth the words. I don't have to dance. I got a beat though, so I'm good to go. So it's really that simple. I do have a tripod that I set my phone on to film. I used to, this one is not good. I started my phone out of the case, but it's one of those like plastic rings. I don't love it. I had the hard like brass ring. I don't know if you guys have seen those metal rings. You can get them on Amazon. I should add this to my list. So I could just hang my phone on like my kitchen cabinets to do it. So there's tons of different like tricks that you can get out there. Tripods are really cheap to buy as well on Amazon. Amazon Prime Day coming up. I don't work for Amazon, but you know, that's life. All right, so I have recorded my reel. There's first thing I have learned the hard way. Instagram can be glitchy. It'll crash. And I will be in the middle of editing this reel and like, and it gets lost. And there is nothing worse than getting through halfway through your reel and then having to start over again. So you want to make sure, I always do this just as like a backup, right? You want to download the video that you recorded by clicking that arrow. And I'm going to save it.
It's a hard knock.
It'll save to your phone, just the video. It's not going to save the audio, but that's okay. You can always go back in and add the audio.
It's a hard knock life for us.
All right, save. I think I really just wanted to be Orphan Annie. Okay. Now you can add text. All right. So I just clicked on, actually. So just to be very clear, well, actually you click on, you can see the little font at the top, very similar, just like a story, right? Then I'm going to add my text, right? What I, like my take on it. And then, you know, so you can type out your text, whatever it might be. Now here is the key. You're going to share this to your feed and you want it to be viewable in your feed. So pay attention to the blue lines, right? I've typed in what I want to say. Actually,
It's a hard knock. It's a hard knock.
sorry, this isn't about the lines yet. That must be coming up next. So I can tell Instagram, I can edit where I want those words. So instead of saying it's not easy being an independent group fitness instructor throughout the whole video, I can edit it here just by dragging with my finger where I want it to be in that part of the song. So notice, you can see it looks faded there because this is my edit view. But so I can see it, but it won't be viewable on my screen. It'll only be seen by my audience during this part of the video, of that little snippet. All right, now, again, like I was talking about, you know, I had to go in and edit it, but you also have the blue lines to help guide you. It's going to tell you when you start to get out of bounds, right? Okay, that's not going to be seen in my feed, or if I go too far, it's going to get cut off. So pay attention to those blue lines. If you're up there, nobody's going to see it. And
It's a hard knock. It's a hard knock for us. It's a hard knock for us. Start treating.
oh, Lord, I just went all the way back. So are you tired of hearing that song yet? Wait until you do your reel. You're going to be so tired of it. All right, come on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not a lot going on.
That. Okay, we edited the words. We've got the screen. All right, now it's time to do your cover photo. All right, so I just clicked on cover, right? And now I'm going to choose. I could either do from my camera roll, but I'm going to pick something eye-catching like Portia was talking about. So what's my hook? What's going to draw somebody in? Well, it's about, it's not easy to be a virtual fitness instructor, right? And then I try and choose something that's not like this weird face that you'll get on video. Trust me, just wait. And then one thing, this is where you're going to type in your verbiage, right? That'll show up underneath the reel. And then I put my hashtags. This is different than what I do in my feed posts, but I put my hashtags in the post. That has been more successful for me. So I put it in the actual feed post. I get a much better response than when I add it to the comments later. Again, I do the opposite in my feed, but that's what works for me. Could change, but that's what's working. I also save as draft. All right. So down underneath that blue share button, save as draft, that's going to save on your Reels page. Again, I've had Instagram crash on me. I'll go to another page to copy my hashtags, put them in, and it's like, poof, it's gone. It disappeared. So if you save it as a draft, you're good. All right. And this is how I batch create. So like last Monday, miraculously, my daughter took a nap. So I created 3-4 reels all at once. I was wearing the same thing. So if you go back and look at my reels, you're going to be seeing that same pink top. Shoot me, right? Like I got them done. And I just save them as draft. And then every couple of days, I can put them up. So that is a great way to save time, because a lot of times you'll go to your phone and be like, I need to do a reel. You're like, what do I want to say? And then I get kind of stuck in that. But if you can get yourself on a roll, you've already got that library built. That's how you can batch create and save them in your drafts, and then go in and post them when you're ready. So what do you think? Are you ready to go in and create your own reel? Look, okay, here is my advice. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. Don't look at my Melanie reel. Go back and look at my beginning reel. It's probably not very good. All right. Or pick the oh no one. That is super easy. Or one that speaks to you, right? In the words of Angie Lee, ready as a lie. You're never going to feel ready. You just got to jump in and do it. And done is better than perfect. And actually, perfect on Instagram just doesn't work anymore. People are looking for authenticity. They're looking for you, not the same cookie cutter, airbrushed filter that they're seeing on all of the other stuff. They want a real person that they can connect to. All right. So I know we're coming up on time. What questions do you have? You're like, I don't know. I don't have any questions until I do it. All right. So here's if you are thinking of questions, put them in the chat. I was looking at Facebook. Here's what I'll say. As you get ready to do them and you run into that roadblock or you get a question, drop it in the Virtual Fitness Mentor Facebook group so we can all learn from it. Because most likely if you have that question, somebody else is going to have that question. Again, I have an iPhone. I don't know, it might be a little bit different on an Android. So, I'm sure we have other Android users in the group. We can all learn from that. And that is the point of this collaborative community. And as a reward for hanging on till the end, and also just to help motivate you to do your first one. I know it's not easy to kind of just jump in head first, but we've got something to entice you off the edge. All right. We've got a challenge for you to do a reel, just one. You only need to do one. You should do more, but to be entered to win in this challenge, one reel by Wednesday, June 23rd. I'm going to say at midnight Pacific time. All right, Wednesday, June 23rd. You got to use the hashtag VFM crew so that we know you actually did it, right? So that we can see it. And so for every reel that you do with hashtag VFM crew, you're going to get one entry on the prize wheel. And On Patio is going to gift some Lululemon gift cards. Who doesn't want some new workout clothes? I'm just saying. So we're On Patio is our next interview, our next meetup, Thursday, June 24th at 3 p.m. Pacific. That's when we're going to do the drawing. So that's why you've got to post it by Wednesday, June 23rd at midnight so that you're entered to win. Because if it goes longer than a week, are you really going to do it? Probably not. You've got to take action. So take 30 minutes, put 30 minutes in your calendar to just get it done, right? You've just got to do, it's like, you just got to take the first step. You've just got to teach that first class just to get over that hump. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. It really is. I wasn't sure about it at first, but it's just fun. Have fun with it. And then, you may decide it's not for you, but you got to try it first. Oh, if you film horizontal, will it show up sideways?
Yeah, it does actually. At least the last time I did it, that's what it did. And I was told, and I read up on it probably about 9 months ago, that there is a way to do it, film horizontal, and then you can process it through another video processor and turn it vertically. Honestly, I don't want to go through that much trouble. And it's, these are meant to be quick and easy. So if you want to try it out and, film horizontal and just see how it turns out, you can say, hey, my day is sideways today. And that could be your reel. And maybe you can do yourself doing a cartwheel or something, and, you can make it fun. But I think that that's the whole purpose of Instagram, is that they want you, to Rebecca's point, to be looking at a phone that is vertical. And then that way it pops up on the phone, right?
They want it to fill up the whole screen.
They want it to fill up the whole screen, right? Yeah.
And Marissa, you're a little, I would say, you're very sophisticated. You present on Instagram, so or just on all things social media. InShot is if you are looking for a video editor or way to make easy movies, InShot is great. That's actually how I made those videos that I showed you. If you know how to make a circle in InShot, if you could send me that, Marissa, because I could not find. Anyways, all right, you guys, are you ready to go create a reel? I am so excited for you. You've got this, hashtag VFM crew, and we're going to get you some new outfits for your next reel, potentially. You just gotta get it done. All right, you guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you next Thursday. And again, if you've got questions, put them in the VFM group. Thanks, Portia, for filling us in.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you. Live.